Hello friends, this is Vishal. Today we are going to do chapter 7 of biology, which is for grade 7. The title of the chapter is Allergy. The syllabus that we have to cover is concepts of allergy, what is an allergen, entry routes of allergen, symptoms of allergic reaction, types of allergies, precaution and care to be taken by a person who is prone to allergies. So let us start with this first video of chapter 7, Allergy. Now, as you know, this is a reading and explanation type of video, so we will be going with word-to-word explanation of the chapter. The concept of allergy was originally introduced in 1906 by the Viennese pediatrician Clement von Percut after he noticed that some of his patients were hypersensitive to normally harmless substances such as dust, pollen, or some food. And these were known as, and this phenomenon was known as allergy, which in Greek means other work. So hypersensitivity means more than normal if a patient is reacting to a certain substance which is harmless for others but seems to be having an effect on this person. For example, dust. Now, dust may be harmless for some people, or the reaction done by some people in dust would be quite normal, but there would be some people who are allergic to dust, and we will find that they are hypersensitive to dust, and we will find that their reaction to the presence of dust is seen quite evident and different than others. And we can see that the person is not feeling well in the presence of dust. Maybe he's or she's sneezing a lot, and they're coughing, or they cannot breathe, anything, or their eyes start watering. You will find some signs of hypersensitivity. And if such things happen, then we call it as the phenomenon of allergy. All forms of hypersensitivity were classified as allergies, and all were thought to be caused by an improper activation of the immune system. So initially it was all known as an improper activation of our immune system. Immune system, as you already know, that it's a system that works continuously to protect our body from the invasion of germs or any kind of infection. Then allergies, also known as allergic diseases, are a number of conditions caused by hypersensitivity of the immune system to something in the environment that usually causes no adverse harm to most people. These diseases include hay fever, dermatitis, asthma, food allergies, etc. So we find that there are few things in the environment that usually cause no adverse effect to most of the people, but to some people you may find that they are hypersensitive, and only because these people are hypersensitive to certain elements, we will call that these people are actually allergic to that particular element of the environment. Let's have a look further. The substances that cause allergies are called allergens. So we are addressing what is an allergen. We are trying to understand this. Substances that cause allergies are known as allergens. So that means some common examples are pollen grain, spore, dust, insect sting. So these can be allergens. Some people may have a very normal way of reacting to these substances, whereas a one-off case we can see where a person is allergic to these substances, there will be a very hypersensitivity that will be exhibited. So let's go further with this text here. The symptoms appear due to the part of immune system affected binding an allergen to basophils, that is a type of white blood cells. These cells ultimately release an inflammatory chemical known as histamine. So let's understand this, that the immune system is affected because the allergen binds with the basophil, that is a type of white blood cell, and once this allergen attaches with this type of white blood cell, what is released is known as a histamine, and it's an inflammatory chemical. Now the histamine causes an allergic reaction and symptoms like inflammation, skin rash, and constriction of the bronchioles. So we find that people are not able to breathe properly, or they have skin rashes, various forms of inflammations, swellings, and all these are caused because of the release of histamine. And histamine is released because of the binding between the allergen and the basophil. So I believe we understand that this is when excess of histamine is released in the system, it will have its own action on the body, and then we can see what happens to the body, and whatever we see are known as symptoms, and based on the symptoms we can find, or we can say that a person has an allergic reaction. Now they're telling us about various allergens, like the dust mite here, and then we can see here pollen grains, and here peanut. People can be allergic to peanut as well. So common allergens. Allergies are common in the developed world. About 20% of people are affected by allergic rhinus, that is running nose. So running nose, which is here given here, as you can see, allergic rhinitis, known as running nose. This is the most common one. Now about 6% of the people have at least one food allergy, and about 20% have allergic dermatitis at some point of their life. So depending on the country, about 1 to 18% of people have asthma. Now rates of many allergic diseases appear to be increasing with increasing number of fast food, synthetic fabrics, pollutants, and the environment. So we understood now, because of our lifestyle and the environment that we are living in, the rate of allergic diseases and the appearance is increasing day by day. Now how do the allergens enter our body? So we come to know the entry routes of allergies, or the allergens that enter into our body and cause the allergy. First is skin. Substances that come in contact with the skin, such as latex, certain type of clothes, insect bites, etc., are common cause of allergic reactions. Then from the mouth, a wide variety of food can cause allergic reactions, but 90% of allergic responses to food, etc., are caused, we can say, by milk, soy, egg, wheat, peanut, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish. Other food allergies affect, we can say, less than 1 person per 10,000 in a population. So we know that out of 10,000 people, we can consider that maybe 1 person will show the allergy. Now the occurrence rate of allergies differ between adults and children. Milk protein allergies are most common in children because milk is consumed more by children. Approximately 60% of the milk protein reactions are immunoglobulin mediated, with the remaining usually attributable to inflammation of the colon. Some people are unable to tolerate milk from goat or sheep as well as from cows, and many are also unable to tolerate the dairy products such as cheese. So many people have reaction with cheese or the milk, or they will have reaction to the milk of a particular animal. Roughly 10% of children with milk allergies will have a reaction to beef. Beef contains a small amount of protein that is present in cow's milk. So we are coming to know that the entry route of allergy is through skin, to the mouth, what we eat, and then to the nose as well. And here we go, we see that yes, the third one entry point is the nose. Pollen, spores, dust particles, and certain chemicals find entry through the nose. This can trigger coughing, sneezing, running nose, itching, and watering of eyes. So there are three entry points for an allergy to enter into the body. First one is skin, second is mouth, and the third one we came to know right now is the nose. Now let's have a look at the symptoms of an allergy. The signs and symptoms means by looking at these we come to know whether the person has allergy or not. So when we look at a person, we have to look for the symptoms and the signs, and if the symptoms and signs are matching with that of an allergy, then only we would say this person has an allergy. So some allergies such as dust or pollen are airborne particles, means they transfer to the air. In these cases, symptoms arise in areas in contact with the air such as eyes, nose, and lungs. General symptoms of inhaled allergens include irritation of the nose, or you find some itchiness in the nose, then sneezing is very common, coughing, wheezing, that sound of heavy breathing, or a person is not able to breathe properly and there will be a sound from the chest, we call it wheezing. Red and watery eyes, increased production of mucus. Mucus is the cough that people actually spit out when they have a sore throat or they have a cold. So they will be increased in the production of mucus in the lungs, and there will be shortness of breath, means the person will not be able to breathe properly and they will be breathing heavily. Let's have a look at the photographs they are giving you. They're talking about swelling. Oh, this seems to be quite a lot swelled compared to this one. And then sneezing, which we already know. One good thing about sneezing that we should learn is always cover your mouth while you're sneezing, or when you're coughing, always use a clean cloth or a hanky or a handkerchief or a tissue when you're wiping your eyes, so that you don't increase the infection there. So red and watery eyes, we can see this, and we can see redness of skin, and here we can see a skin rash. Or apart from these allergens, allergic reaction can result from food, insect bites, and reaction to medication like aspirin and antibiotics such as penicillin. So I believe it's clear. Now, symptoms of food allergy include abdominal pain, bloating, the stomach starts swelling like a balloon, then vomiting, diarrhea, itchy skin, swelling of the skin. So we find this is all with food allergy, and the symptoms are given here. Food allergy rarely causes respiratory reactions. So food allergy will not lead to respiratory reactions. That is quite rare. Insect bites and reactions to the antibiotics like penicillin and certain medicines like aspirin produce a systematic allergic response that is also called anaphylaxis. Now, anaphylaxis is a very dangerous situation. It means at a very limited time, or in a very short span of time, the body shows adverse reactions, and sometimes the person can go into a shock, and in case not treated well, sometimes a person can lose their life as well. So this is a very dangerous situation. It shows that the allergic reaction has taken place in a very short time and at a huge magnitude. So this person has to be treated quickly. Therefore, before administering these medications, a doctor or nurse asks the patient if he or she is allergic to any of them. So if any medicine is given that may have an allergy on some people, the doctor would like to find out first whether this person is allergic or not to that particular medicine, and if that person is fine to take the medicine, doesn't have any allergies, they can go ahead with it. Now we come to this table, a wonderful table to have a look at the various types of allergies, allergens, and symptoms. So in this column here, in this green column, we can very easily see that we have the types of allergies, and in this pink column we have the names of the allergens that cause the allergy, And how will we come to know whether a person has an allergy and which type? For that we need to see the symptoms which are given here in this table here. So let's have a look. The first one is the food allergy. It's caused by milk, wheat, seafood, nuts, and any other kind of food that you're allergic to. Now the symptoms will be vomiting, hives, stomach upset, eczema, asthma. Then they can be anaphylaxis as a severe cases, red rashes on the skin, and itching. So I guess by this table you can come to know about the symptoms of food allergy. Let's move forward and see seasonal allergies. Seasonal allergies are the allergies that do not occur all around the year. They occur only in a particular season, because only in that particular season the allergen is available in the environment that will cause the allergy. Seasonal means only in a season where the allergen is present in the environment to cause the allergy. First one is spring allergy, then we have summer allergy and winter allergy. During spring we have pollen that comes from flowers, and it will cause sneezing and sniffing. Then during summer we have again pollen, and here very often people are sensitive to pollen. Allergic reactions persist in summer too. Then in winter we have pollutants like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide present in the smog, and this can cause coughing, itching of eyes, nose, running nose, sneezing, watery eyes. Then we come to the third one, that is dust allergy, and as you understand, dust allergy will be caused by dust and it can lead to asthma. Then fourth one is the fourth type of allergy, is the allergy by drugs. It can be caused by any drug that you're allergic to. An example is given here as penicillin, and there can be any other drugs also that cause allergy, and if you're allergic to them, you better be careful and make sure you always tell your doctor about it if you're aware of it. Then these can cause diarrhea, nausea, and hives. So be careful in case you're allergic. Make sure people know about the various allergens that you are allergic to and keep yourself safe. Good. Now we go to the text. During anaphylaxis, multiple organ systems can be affected, including the digestive system, the respiratory system, and the circulatory system. Depending on the rate of severity, anaphylaxis can cause local skin reactions, an area of the skin redness which is greater than 10 centimeters in size, rashes or swelling and inflammation within the skin. Bronchoconstriction means where it shrinks, the diameter shrinks, so there's less area for the air to pass through. Then low blood pressure. Now this type of reaction can be triggered suddenly, and on the onset can be delayed. It can happen suddenly or it could be slowly as well. I hope it is extremely clear. So in the next video we will go ahead and have a look at the diagnosis of allergy and precautions that we can take. I will also attach one small video here so that you can have a revision of this portion. I hope you liked the video. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Your immune system is designed to defend your body against dangerous invaders like bacteria and viruses. But sometimes it overreacts to harmless things like grass, dander, or pollen. When this happens, your body is having an allergic reaction. Things that cause allergic reactions are called allergens and vary from person to person, like bee stings, medications, shellfish, or peanuts. Once your immune system recognizes the allergen, it triggers your white blood cells to release antibodies. That triggers a chain reaction that produces the symptoms of an allergic reaction, like sneezing, wheezing, itchy eyes, or hives. Allergies are very common and usually pretty minor, but sometimes a reaction can be sudden, severe, and potentially life-threatening. This is known as anaphylaxis. For minor reactions, try cool compresses and over-the-counter treatments like antihistamines that come as pills, creams, and eye drops. For more serious cases, your doctor may prescribe allergy shots or tablets, self-injectable epinephrine, or steroids. Allergies may be irritating, but they're nothing to sneeze at.